this year, Dakshin Gujarat Beach Company Limited, it has become the top utility in the country at the 7th ENERTIA Awards. And this award it has won the third time, 2 times under your tenure. So how do you put this up? What was the special about DGVCL doing and repeating the success? What is so special, what is so unique that you have done at DGVCL that is putting you back into the track continuously of success and making you the topmost utility of the country? You're of course rated now by the government of India rating also as a top A+ rated utility of the country. So it is simply an endorsement of the ENFRA position all these years. But I want you to tell us how this has been achieved.
At the outset, first I'll compliments and thanks ENERTIA for continuously appreciating our effort in conferring this is a third award in succession, and this is second during my tenure. The actual success of this DGVCL lies on so many factors. The first is that I am quite not only aware, but I am experienced in the power sector, and more particularly my exposure on distribution side, and that has helped. And I decided priority that how the DGVCL can be carried forward, and accordingly we prioritize the things, and that is the major reason. And again, I have motivated my team, and because of our teamwork, that is the major reason that the second time we got this award. And we particularly focused more on the distribution losses, our standard of performance, the customer satisfaction, revenue collection. These are the main area where we had given a lot of thrust. The another part we put more emphasis on our system improvement, because ultimately by improving the system like IT, then again the infrastructure, not only it generates the revenue, but it increases the satisfaction of customer. And that is the major reason that the Government of India, Ministry of Power also, they have laid a stringent standard, and despite that, among all the 39 utility which are unbundled from the State Electricity Board, the DGVCL is rated as number 1, and in succession, the continuous 3 years, the distribution losses also we have reduced to a 7%, and at present we are having during this quarter our distribution losses is 9.46.
Right, great. So in the process, a jury panel headed by me and my erstwhile and very successful colleague Shri Ravi Kumarji, and also it had people like Mr. Hetal Mehta, and it had also very good people like Mr. Khazanchi. It was one of the finest jury panel, and Mr. Kailash Bihari Dubey, who has transformed project management at NTP. So a very eminent jury panel was unanimous about your success. We got very unanimous that it needs an officer who is committed to do the job. So what are the challenges for officers like you? Of course, it's not easy, to come to this success point, but I want to know from you, what are the challenges that you faced?
A very important point raised by you, because when any award or when any appreciation is given, then if it is weighted by the professional people, then it makes difference. But again, when you get this type of award, prestigious award, when we got the award from the Ministry of Power also, then we always say that, it gives more challenges to further improve. Because this sector is such that still there are many areas where, and more particularly the state unbundled utility, for them, still the more usage of technology, the IT application, whereby, on so many processes, even human intervention can be minimized. So, what I feel that, I take it positively that when we are conferred with the award, it gives a challenge also to us to further improve the quality of service, again to the customer satisfaction, and ultimately my aim is not only to rate on certain parameters this utility, but my aim is that how even the tariff can be reduced eventually. Ultimately, the performance of any distribution utility it should be passed on to the customer.
Correct. So I would like to come back to your pet topic because you have worked in several areas and there was a background to your success that the earlier utility, Uttar Gujarat, and the jury panel found out that you have a constant track record of contributing everywhere. And this is very important because people would like to know how these transformations can happen. You know, it includes the Surat city, which we also gave an award recently at the other awards of infrastructure, that Surat became the best city of India. So I want you to also lay the point, although we are on the energy subject, but I definitely want to take water and city management and these subjects which are close to your heart.
You are right in the sense that even the function of a municipal administration actually it includes the supply of electricity.
Right.
In many of the places earlier, the even municipal bodies were also supplying the electricity. And particularly in Surat, during my earlier stint as a sub-divisional magistrate and plant officer, during during all the crises of Surat, I was instrumental, I associated with the local authorities that we transformed the Surat city. Even in 2006 flood also, it is a time record that we could mitigate the flood situation. So again, if we compare the functions of a municipal corporation and a distribution utility, a structural point of view it is a different. But energy means electricity also supplement the quality of life to the citizen of that area. And again, I would like to share with you that the electricity we don't cater a certain segment, a certain category of a consumer, but the utility like us, we also cater the electricity to a rural area and more particularly to the agriculture also, because ultimately the GDP of any state or a country, the major component is of agriculture also. So we supply a power to the agriculture segment also, but equally when we share with the farmers, we give more emphasis not only on the energy conservation, but it is the water that is more important. And in the coming days, the crisis would not be of energy, but the crisis would be of water. So the energy, water has a close relation, and to my mind, ultimately, even it has a relation with the food also.
Right. So you are absolutely right, because the Bombay Provincial Municipal Corporation Act has a provision for even a municipality to take a franchise of electricity. So I think you have thrown a lot of light on the way you go forward. And Patel sir, we would say more success to you. Let God be with you. Let all the forces be with you for achieving the best, not only for Gujarat but also for the country. So with this, sir, we are very thankful for you giving us the time at ENERTIA. And ENERTIA is itself also honored that it could honor an individual like you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Professor Iyer personally.